What's going on, everyone? Turn down the audio here. Let me know if that's too loud. I'm Sam Lazarus, creative director for Rokoko. Oh, it's too loud for me. Take these off. Welcome to another Office Hours. You know, if you haven't been to one of these before, this is just a time when we're live. You can ask questions about Rokoko motion capture or other workflow stuff, and we'll go down rabbit holes. And we usually do a creative project kind of in the background. So today, jump into our, look at me here. So today we're going to be taking a Ready Player Me avatar, and this is a avatar that you can make for free. It comes rigged with Apple ARKit blend shapes, so you can do facial motion capture. I think that, they're used a lot in like VR chat and a bunch of, Unreal. You can use it for VTubing, and that's what we're going to do. What's going on, KXD? What's going on, Kana? Good to see you, chat. It is a crib. It's not my crib, but I am still staying with family, so it's family crib. Little nephew crib. But yeah, we're going to be taking this. We're going to create a character in Ready Player Me. We're going to download it and kind of go through the standard workflow to get it working in Unreal, and then we're going to get it hooked up to Rokoko motion capture, and it's pretty cool and it works pretty well. You also have to use Blender to kind of prep it because it gets downloaded as a GLB file. So you need to use Blender to bring that in, then export in FBX, then go to Unreal. But we're going to go through it, and I kind of worked through it all a little bit, and it's pretty easy to do. So let's jump into it. And I'm going to jump in the mocap suit at the end of the stream when we pilot it. So yeah, and put, questions or whatever in the chat. So this is readyplayer.me instead of .com. Make myself a little bit smaller here. And it is essentially an avatar building platform, right? So you log in, you create an account for free. We're going to go to My Avatars, and let's create a new avatar. And I'll kind of show you all the options. So you have, masculine, feminine, don't specify. Actually, I want to do don't specify because I kind of want a neutral avatar. You can take a photo of yourself, and it kind of like... Okay, so if you don't specify, it just gives you all the options. So I'm just going to choose this guy. If you take a photo, it'll like kind of do it for you. It'll just get the preset a little bit closer, but the fun is kind of going in and making changes and stuff. KXD, well, if you need to learn about UE5, we're going to be going through it today. Can't promise. I'm still learning a lot myself, but it's pretty easy to get these working. So I'm going to choose just kind of make myself here, and I don't think I need any of that. This is kind of what I did to make those other avatars. You can choose like color, hair, and then the fun stuff is like hats. So I got my beanie, which I went in and like did some texture work and changed it to red and like added the Rokoko logo, so we can go in and do that. Or I can show you how I did that. But then, so many fun things here. And I wonder with stuff like this, I don't think so, but this panda mask, like if it also has the blend shapes, that would be so cool. It probably doesn't, but I bet for something like this, your character's face is still moving around, right? If you can see the character's face, it's probably able to move around. Okay, that looks awesome. Should we do like a fun one? An interesting, crazy... Maybe should I be a cowboy? I've already got my other one set up, so maybe we should just go through this process with something that's more fun. Give me like a dope hat. No, I don't want to go on kind of helmet. I want to be able to see my face. Okay, let's just choose... What did I see before? Oh yeah, this thing. Okay, well let's go see what outfits we got here. Do we have anything that matches this? There's a bunch of fun, crazy stuff. And they have like some brands. Clearly they've got some like NFT integrations and stuff like that. Ooh, there we go. This is starting to look pretty cool. I need some shades maybe. This is my VTubing, I gotta be loud to cut through. There we go. Party guy ready to go. I kind of don't. I mean, this is fun. Maybe we'll just go with this. This looks great. Okay. I like my chain. Okay, so enter hub. So now it's gonna prep my avatar. I'm sure everybody has made everything on Ready Player Me, but here is the avatar. And so once that's done, I'm gonna delete this one. This is the other one that I've already kind of brought in and did all my tests with. But once this is done, we can go and we can download this avatar.glb. So let's do that. And this is where I started to run into a couple problems with this process. Maybe it's really smooth for other people. It wasn't super duper smooth for me. I was totally able to figure it all out. We're gonna use Blender now because again, we're downloading a .glb file from Ready Player Me. So we need Blender to prep it for Unreal. But what I was finding is that my avatar, here's Blender 3.4, it was not coming in with the facial blend shapes for facial motion capture, and the textures were tough. So I think I figured some of that out a little bit, but it's a little bit of a process. We put, I think in the description, I put like a link to export instructions in case you run into problems. They do have ARKit blend shapes already, but sometimes, and I like went down a whole rabbit hole on this, sometimes they download with only 2 blend shapes that you can't use. And so you have to like append something to the end of the download file when you download it to add the blend shapes. Here, let's see. We'll see. Let's go. So import GLTF, and then we're gonna go to downloads. This is our GLB file. And we have pack images. I'll do unpack images. I don't know if that really matters, but here it is. So this looks great. This is like awesome, right? Here it is. Hopefully it has the correct blend shapes, and we can figure that out if we click on this head and we go down to the object data properties. And so yeah, so this did not download properly. As you can see, we have 2 blend shapes here. Mouth open, so that's great. Mouth open and mouth smile. But that's not going to work. We need more blend shapes. We need the Apple ARKit blend shape. So I'm going to new, and let's go delete. I'm going to go delete that download, and let's go do this thing that I figured out from the forum. So let me open up Ready Player Me again, and so basically this is on the Ready Player Me website. And so there's 2 ways of downloading your avatars. One, you can just go download avatar, and this was glitching for me. It might not glitch for you, it probably won't, but if it does, some people have run into this, and I ran into it, so this is what I did to get around this, right? If this download just doesn't work, it doesn't give you the blend shapes or the textures or something, instead you can do copy.glb URL. So I'll copy that. Then I'm gonna go to a new tab, paste that URL. And now if we go back to that help file, which again is in the description below, you can see that we can add in kind of like text to add in morph targets. So here, morph targets, this is what we want. We want this, we want morph targets, which are Apple ARKit blend shapes, morph shapes. And so if we go down here, it can give us examples here. And if we go down to morph targets, you can see examples. Oh wait, no, hold on. I want to show you. So here's the example. So you can combine multiple parameters by concatenating with and. So basically here is this is the GLB file for your avatar, right? That's what we have right here that we copied. And at the end of this, we can add an and then we can add some of these things. So for example, we want to add morph targets, and we want to add the Apple ARKit. So we're going to grab this Oh, and actually we don't even add the and, but we just add this right here. Question mark morph targets equals Apple AR kit. So I know this is kind of complicated, but again, this is how I got it to work. If I want the Apple AR kit morph targets to be added, I had to add this question mark morph targets equals AR kit. Enter. And now it's going to download a new file. What's going to happen? It's going to download. What's going to happen? Are you going to go? It's thinking. Deep, do, deep, do, deep, do, deep, do. Oh, look, we're downloading. Go back to Blender. Import. GLTF. Here's our GLTF that we just downloaded. And look at what we got this time. A whole mess of blend shapes that can be used to drive our characters. So that's how I got this working. Jaw open. And actually, we don't need to worry about this, but there's blend shapes for this same list is added to the eyes, and it's added to eye right, eye left, and then head, and then also teeth. So there's actually sets of blend shapes on all of those. So that's how I figured all that out if you're having issues. So once we have this, we should kind of just be able to export this out to Unreal. So let's try it. Exporting FBXs from Blender is always a nightmare. But again, I went through and found a bunch of rabbit holes to try and figure out the right way to do it. So we're gonna go to File, Export, FBX. And then we're gonna create a new folder for all of this. We're gonna call this Sam Avatar, Sam R Ready Player Me. We're gonna call it that. We're gonna save it as Sam R Ready Player Me. Under path mode, we're gonna go to copy. Then we're gonna make sure that this little embed textures box is clicked. We're gonna keep all these selected, although we only need armature and mesh probably. Under apply scalings, go to FBX custom scale. No. Sorry, go to FBX units scale, select that, and then unchecked apply unit. Then under geometry, under smoothing, we're gonna go to edge. And under armature, we're gonna uncheck add leaf bones. We're gonna uncheck bake animation. We're gonna hit export. Okay, let's see what happened there. We might need to retexture all these gosh darn things. In my other test, I kind of brought that into Cinema 4D, made sure my texturing was working in there. Let's go directly to Unreal and see what happens. And if we need to, we can jump into Cinema, or if I was better with Blender, I'm sure I could export it properly for Unreal. But I, have run into problems with that. Oh, I got it. I think you have to put it in the setting copy. Yes, I did. I did put it in copy in Blender. You got to do copy, path mode copy, and then make sure the embed textures is checked. Okay, so let's create a new Unreal project now. Let's jump into Unreal because we got to get all this stuff set up. And so the other thing that I put in the description below is the bone lists folder for Unreal. So you're going to need some bone maps and bone lists. And I'm going to create a new project, film and video. I don't need any starter content. I don't want ray tracing on, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to call this Sam Ready Player Me public, because I'm going to give out this project file that anyone can use this avatar and have it be set up. I'll put it in the description after this. Boom. Please don't pilot me into doing bad things. My poor avatar with my snow cone head. But that's another great thing about these, you know, avatars. They're free, so we can give out the project files and stuff like that. So I'm just creating a new project file, Unreal 5.1. We're going to see what happens when I import my character that I exported from Blender. It should actually work just fine. Dismiss, not now, blah, blah, blah. Actually, before we even get started, I'm going to go into plugins, and I'm going to turn on the Rokoko plugin, which means I got to do a restart. Luke. I'm not a huge fan of the default posing too. A pose, come on, give me the option for a T pose. Luke Crescente. Killer. Unreal, not Unreal. Rokoko, team member. I got Bocce, the dog, in here slumbering. Yeah, you're snoring. Snoring super loud. Can I put these back on now? Is it too loud for me? I like listening to a little music. Okay. I'm not used to it though. Okay, so we're gonna create a new folder. Is this music too loud also? Please tell me that, because I always have it hover at about -45. Okay, we're gonna call this Sam. And in here, we're gonna import this FBX, baby. When I get music, I start talking like enthusiastically. Remember, we created this folder, Sam RPM. Here is our, see, the gosh darn textures. The gosh darn textures aren't there. We'll see if they load. My dog is down here. Music seems fine. Good. So when we're importing FBXs that have morph targets into Unreal, loving it. You need to go into advanced and make sure import morph targets is on. We don't want animation because there's no animation, but we do want those morph targets. Those are those blend shapes for our character's face that we need. And then, hold on, let's take a call. Let's take a call while I'm on. What's up, Gladdy? My wife, while I'm on live stream.
Wait, are you on live stream?
I'm on live stream right now. You want me to put you on speaker? Okay, I'll see you later. You know.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Okay. Okay, so that totally did not come in right. See, look at all how screwed up all this is. It's all bad. Don't like it. So I could retexture this here. Like, we can make this work. I don't like how weirdly small it is. So I'm actually gonna delete all this, and then, like, if you are a Blender person, figure out how to export it correctly from Blender. I might do something like, I use this plugin Cat. Let's see if we can export. No, this is broken. The Cat's plugin is broken. So, but I mean, so what we can do though is open up Cinema, which I just know better, and like I can prep it a little bit in Cinema. Because one thing that might fix it actually is, hey, I don't know why the scaling is screwed up, but because it's a GLB file. Oh, okay, let's try this actually. Let me try that one more time. And I'm gonna go to actually external data, unpack resources, use files in current directory. Oh no, first I'm gonna save. Actually, this is how we can fix this. I went through this too. So let's save. Yeah, now it's created files when I hit unpack or whatever. Let's save this as a Blender file. So it has a directory. I saved it in that folder, right? Did I save it in that folder? Where did I save it? Yeah, I saved it in my SAM folder. Then I'm going to go to external data, unpack resources, use files in current directory. Okay, now, so we don't have to use Cinema, hopefully. So I don't want to use Cinema because it's messy. That's now we got too many programs in the mix here. So textures here. So it exported all my textures. Here are the proper textures. Okay, so let's re-import my FBX. Open. Advanced. Import morph targets. Import uniform unit scale. Oh, you know what? I think there was a thing actually in Blender. I can totally... Darren, that's bizarre. Just right-click on the clip, and then add to export list, and then go to export, and it should export. We can open up on Rokoko if that doesn't answer your question. But you just right-click on the clip that you've created, add to export list, and then you just go to export tab on the right and hit export, and it will export those. Okay, Blender. Export FBX. Okay, I'm going to try that. And then if that doesn't work, I'm going to bring it into Cinema. Import to game. Sam RPM 2. Or I could try scaling it as I bring it in, maybe. But it is bringing in all the morph targets. That's all right. Ooh, God. Okay. Aha! Okay, so when you're exporting from Blender, so one of the tutorials I was looking at had me unchecking apply unit and changing this to FBX unit scale. Just leave it at all local and leave apply unit checked. And here we go. Okay, it works great. So here we go. Smart Suit 2. There's no Smart Suit 3 coming anytime soon. No time soon. Definitely not. You can sit on that. Okay, so here we go. It all worked. So let's, make our blueprint because we want to drive this guy. And so we're gonna do the whole Rokoko live streaming kind of workflow right now, which we have tutorials for on the channel. Hello, Felix. Sorry about moving the mic sound. Always sounds bad. So we're going to right-click on the skeleton. We're going to go to Create Anim Blueprint. And I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to change the name of it because I'm lazy. Okay, and here we go. We got our blueprint. So we need to, remember, we loaded in the Rokoko plugin. So we're going to pipe in a whole bunch of stuff now. Let's right-click and go search for Rokoko. We need the Rokoko face pose because this ain't no metahuman, so we got to build this from scratch. We got to go grab a Rokoko body pose. I'm going to wire these together. Then we're going to create 3 variables. We're going to call them Rokoko, actor, name. Then we're going to make one called Rokoko body map. And we're going to call one Rokoko face map. The Rokoko actor name, we're going to change to a name type by clicking on this drop down. Rokoko body map, we're going to change to a body map data class reference. If you type in Rokoko, it'll show up these options. For face map, we're going to change that to a Rokoko face map data class reference. Then we're going to drag these guys in. We're going to hit get for all of them. Get. And we're going to wire the face map into the face pose retarget asset. We're going to wire the body map into the retarget asset on the body pose. And on the actor name, we're going to wire that into both of the body pose and the face pose. And we're going to hit compile and save. Okay, so now at this point, we need to add in some bone maps for both the face and the body pose. And there's none here. Bummer. Fortunately, if you go to the description of this video, it will take you to a place to download this bone maps folder. And if you grab this folder, you were to download it from that link, and then go to the, so I'm going to our Unreal project, content, the content folder of this Unreal project, which you can also get to by like right-clicking on an asset and going to like, where is it? Show in folder or something? Show in folder, no. It's here. Where is it? Open source location. You can find it. I don't know. It's one of these things. Where is it? Show in folder view. Copy file path. So you can find it. Anyway, you go find the folder, the content folder of your Unreal project, and add in this bone maps folder, which guess what? Ooh, it just added it right here. And now in our blueprint here, we can load in for body map. Look, and we have a Ready Player Me bone map that I've created and added in that folder. Hit apply. Then for face pose, under face map, we're gonna load in the Rokoko face map data AR kit. Apply again. We leave the Rokoko actor name blank. Compile. Save. Oh, bone. Hold on. Okay, just hit compile twice. It didn't like do it the first time. Save. Here we go. This is looking really good. So the only thing we need to do now, what's going on, Alberto? Oh, yeah, AI, yeah, no. Why buy expensive suit if I can mocap with AI? Yeah, Richard, it's a good question. It's not quite as easy getting good results with the AI as you might think. There's some, no tool is good for any situation. So, there's problems with all of them, including ours. But it's kind of whatever works for your situation. For example, I couldn't use Move AI in this space because it's too small, And I'd have iPhones that I would have to set up every time. But yeah, there's a bunch of good AI options. We have a free AI option. It's just a kind of a quality, trade-off. Okay, so what we need to do now is get this guy into a T-pose. And the way we're going to do that is if we go to skeleton, it's going to go to our skeleton. And again, you can see that we got all these nice looking blend shapes that we can mess around with, and we're going to be able to drive this character. So let's go, and we're going to rotate the left arm up, and then the left forearm like 2 over to the side. And I actually like to put the arm a little bit forward. Oh, so it's a little bit more of like a Y pose. And a little bit up, because this suit, this jacket is really up. So I want the default for the arm to be like out more. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And the only other thing I'll do is I want to change the thumb. And this will be a little bit better for the hand stuff. Okay, so arms up, remember? Forearm forward, looking pretty freaking good. With metahumans, you don't really need to do this anymore because we have a preset that fixes them into a T-pose for you. But this is how you build a live streaming character from scratch, and it really wasn't that tough. Again, with the bone map. I made the bone map, and that was 5 minutes of finger-busting mouse work, but this is pretty easy. So this looks great. This is a good T-pose. Again, remember, so the arms are straight, the thumbs are straight. I could straighten out the fingers a little bit, but I don't really care, and they look pretty good. And then, yeah, because it's such a puffy jacket, I raised his arms a little bit. A T-pose is like here. It's like a Y pose, and the arms are forward a little bit. So once I'm done, I'm going to go to Create Asset, Create Pose Asset, Current Pose. And I'm going to save this in the SAM folder. Okay. And see here. Look, here we have a pose asset. And the pose is called pose_0. So now we go back to our blueprint. And we go to Sam. We're going to go find that pose asset right here. Sam pose. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, it's in here. Drag that into my blueprint. Right click on that pose. Make it right click and go to convert to pose by name. And then we know the name is pose_0. And then, oh golly. Okay, yeah. So then input pose, we can put it in there at the beginning of the chain. Compile, save. There we go. Look, it's a T-pose. Woo! Almost done, but not quite there, because now we need to go and create a blueprint class, actor. We're gonna call this Sam, ready, player, me. I love this little, I have a key map thing happening now. So we're gonna open up that actor. We're gonna go to the event graph. We're gonna add a component, skeletal mesh, baby. We're gonna drag that mesh out. This is in the tutorial that we have on our YouTube. We're gonna go to get anim instance. Then we're gonna go to cast to, and we want that blueprint Sam RPM, my blueprint that we made with all the Rokoko plugin stuff. That's this Sam_RPM2_skeleton blueprint. Plug in the event begin play. And then the last thing is we're gonna, from the blue pin here, we're gonna set Rokoko actor name. This is where we actually put in the name of our actor in Rokoko Studio. We're gonna make that Sam. Compile, save, so close. Drag it out into our scene. Kill the player start because I hate that. Click on this Sam RPM under skeletal mesh. For animation blueprint, we're going to select our anim blueprint. For skeletal mesh asset, we're going to select Sam. Look at what we got here. Ooh, ready to go. Save all. We're gonna add a Rokoko receiver. It's time to boot up Rokoko Studio. So we're gonna boot up Rokoko Studio Legacy, because Rokoko Studio, the current version, it is not very good for live streaming. We're fixing that bug. It's just a little bit too graphically intensive, and I'm even gonna turn the graphics to low on this. So this is Legacy. It still works just fine. And we're going to use this to live stream into Unreal Engine. We have tutorials for all this. So if I add a Rokoko receiver to the scene, make sure it's set to 14043 so it matches. Remember, we're live streaming to port 14043. Turn on Live Link. Rokoko Studio. Look, we got sources. What happens if we hit play, baby? Oh, we got a very laggy thing here. Maybe that's because we should close Blender. Maybe we should... What else do we have open here? No, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So Blender wasn't helping. So this looks great, and when it does this, look at this. Texture streaming pool over budget, screw you. r.streaming.pool size. Force this pool size to 4096. 4,996 megabytes, I think. So 4 gigs in the pool size. Now, you have to look nice and crispy, textures. Look at this! So it's time to jump in a suit, I think, baby. We are going to pilot, and then I got my Switch all set up. We're going to set up my Switch, and we're going to play some Kirby on the Switch. We're going to do the whole VTubing experience for you now. You're going to see me whoop some people in Kirby Dream something. Let's do it. take off my shirt. I'll leave the camera on. Because I was already in my workout gear, ready to hop into the suit. Yeah. Okay. We're moving to standing position. And we are going to jump into a Rokoko Smart Suit Pro 2. So let me go grab it. So for those of you who don't know about our suit, it is a Wi-Fi based inertial motion capture suit. This is why, I mean, AI mocap is coming and it will replace everything soon enough. Like, it just will. AI everything is coming. But it's really not here yet, and it's not that close. Like, it's gonna be years still, I think. Until it's really reliable in every situation. Although there probably won't ever be. You know, AI, like, for example, what if your studio is dark? Like with AI motion capture, you know? What if you're filming in a dark studio? Like, and you don't have good video to record AI like, so no tool is ever going to be perfect for every situation. AI eventually is going to get really good and require, like, no input. But it's not there yet, especially not for reliable stuff or for real-time stuff. So for that, an inertial mocap suit can be perfect, you know? And so it's definitely not, we're very far away from AI just solving all of our problems in CG, I think. You know, I think that goes for, like, everything in CG. AI everything. Do a backflip. Oh, I hate player start. Okay, there we go. So I just, again, we're just going over the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to plug in the old suit. And let's stop this. We're going to jump into Rokoko Studio. And again, remember, this is Rokoko Studio Legacy. But because I have my suit set up for regular Rokoko Studio, it's all going to still work just fine. And I should just pop up in here. Yep, here I am. So I'm going to add a actor profile that is called Sam. We're going to do a little calibration pose. Feels good to be back in the old Rokoko Studio. We're going to turn on the face capture with my little iPhone here. Woo, woo, woo. Got my iPhone. If I put my iPhone on the same Wi-Fi network as my computer, we'll just be able to use the Rokoko. Wow, and the new Rokoko Studio is great. I can't wait till we fix this bug and we can do this all in there because I'm loving it. Rokoko remote. Connect. Accept. Look what we got here. We got some face capture going on. And if we jump back, yo, yo! Looks pretty good. So hold on, I want to turn off my and then we are going to Turn down the camera speed. Yo! Looks good. Super smooth. These are great avatars. I mean, this looks awesome. Really good facial animation. Okay, it looks a little bit laggy in OBS, but man, oh, that's so disappointing. Okay. Why is it so... I wonder if I turn off... Okay. So that seems a lot better. Can't see me, obviously. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. I think...
Okay, yeah. So my NVIDIA is slowing it down pretty bad. So it's still a little laggy, but it's not for me. For me, it's like perfectly smooth. And it looks great.
Let's turn this off. Woo, 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 yeah. Looks great. Looks so good. Fan noises. Let's zoom out. Looks great. These are I think these are really well rigged avatars. I think this is like awesome. I think this looks really good. Super smooth, and I think if I was streaming, let's adjust my sensors there. If I was streaming on one computer and then had all my Unreal set up on this computer, it would be like whip fast. And I kind of want to see what it... Let's try it with like a game here. Let's do it. So hold on. Okay. There we go. So we need to do, actually, before we do that, so hold on here. Let's go back. Kill that. We need to go to create and create a plane. We got to set up our green screen here. We got to create a new material. This is just a hacky way to do this. Constant 3 vector, which is just a color. 3 vector are the vectors of the color, RGB. Make it green, 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 green. Apply. Okay, so now we have a green screen, essentially, right? So, man, I think, and it's just like, I think it's just laggy. Because it's honestly not laggy for me on my Unreal. So it's clearly like an internet problem. Okay, but yeah, hold on. So let's oh, I realized nothing's on screen. But yeah, let's create hold on. So I'm gonna go into OBS and we are gonna create a So this is just a display capture. And I've got a green screen filter on it, right? And it's just like the Unreal window. So now let's move that window out of here. Yo, whoa, 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 whoa. How about like that? Is that better? If I'm gaming like this? No, okay. Okay, so like this. So if I'm gaming here, choo-choo-choo, we want me. Gaming, gaming, gaming. Okay. Cool. So let's game. Hold on. Oh, I'm so pumped. Okay, fun. Oh, let's see if this works. Grabbing my Switch. Ugh. Controllers. And unplugging. Oh no, hold on. Where's my... Yeah. Okay. So close. Let's see what happens here. So now we need to... do this. Nope, not yet. Okay, cam link. Woo! Okay. Here we go. Yeah. So we are working. How's the audio? Okay, hold on. Let me. Am I gonna get like I'm gonna turn down the desktop audio. Kirby's Dream Land. Let's do it. Okay. So this is all working pretty well. So I actually have to, okay, I gotta stand like this. Figure out my gaming setup here. Oh, Kirby. Wow, okay. So I just have my Switch. I guess I don't have a controller, so I'm holding them each like in one hand. I've played this game very little. But yeah, I mean, this works great. Do my little jumps. You know? Again, I kind of forget how this game works. I have not. Okay. Oh my god, Kirby! Big reactions. That's what you want as a VTuber. Okay, it looks like my keying job is not too good. This is boring. I don't want to do this. What games do we got here that are downloaded? Oh, Skyrim. Okay, here we go. I mean, I'm not gonna be really playing, but this is just so great to see this working. There's a kid with a silly hat on my desktop. That's me, baby. I think it's not very laggy. So I'm going to give out this project file. But, I mean, this is pretty robust. And if I'd set this up before the stream, I mean, I don't think I really would have had any problems. There's probably a delay happening with my voice. Probably. Oh my god, yeah, Skyrim takes a little while to load. Big expressions definitely read. It's actually I think it's really well, like, weighted. The facial animation, it's really well done. Looks great. Da-na-na, 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 dun-dun-dun. Oh, Bocce. Okay, my dog does not like that. Well, we'll probably call it pretty soon. After we do a little Skyrim. If it ever loads. This is on Switch. Oh, Botch. It's a dog. Look, there's like a weird visual glitch. Do my yoga. So this is the fun of having a, okay, so at the beginning of Skyrim. Is it like zoomed in a lot?
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing.
Working so well.
Carry on.
I'm really just this workflow.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
I suppose my
As we
camera,
commend
which you
your
normally would
souls to Aetherius.
be doing. Metroid Dread. Yeah. I would open up Dead Cells, but it's like not working. Dead Cells is an amazing game. Okay. We're not going to play the... Yeah. Start software. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it might be definitely time to leave in a second. Bocce. Very rude. Let's open up Dead Cells for a second and see what happens. Then we're going to call it. This is fun. Yes. More into cinema. We have a lot of tutorials on Cinema 4D, and too many of these live streams are Cinema 4D. I mean, that's my software. So there's lots of tutorials. I have a whole cape tutorial coming out on Cinema, which is going to be really good. Yes, loud bark. That was Bocce. Wow, this looks really good. I'm so excited to rewatch this stream and see how up to date and laggy this dialogue is. This is now boring. So this is why I guess gamers are constantly screaming at you, because it's actually pretty boring just to watch somebody play a video game unless they are constantly screaming at you, because most of them are talking incessantly. And I guess the reason is it's just too boring to just watch them. I like watching people just play games though. So we're gonna call it here, you know? This was great. Thanks y'all for tuning in to our stream. You know, this worked really well. I'm gonna put this whole project file up on the G drive in the description below. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. This was great. This worked really well. I'm so impressed with this whole workflow and how stable and you know, just I think there's so many options with Ready Player Me. They did a great job with all the waiting. I mean, this stuff's been around forever, but I haven't really played with it. But it's great. This looks really good. I really like the legs. I mean, this is the legs are done like very well on the jacket, and I bet it's it's even better with Rokoko Studio, like the present one. This is Legacy again. Woo! That's right. Okay. Thanks all. Sorry about the late stream this week. We'll be back to Thursdays next week, and thanks for joining. See you on the next one. Tutorials coming soon. Bye all.